What is price? So the price of a product or service is the amount of money charged, and it has a significant impact on the company's market share and profitability, as it is the only element in the marketing mix that produces revenue. Pricing is a key strategic tool for creating customer value and building customer relationships, but many companies do not handle it well. Smart managers view pricing as a way to increase profitability, while ignoring it can lead to missed opportunities.
Customer value-based pricing uses buyer's perception of value as the basis for setting price. So we have this figure which compares the value-based pricing with the cost-based pricing. Although costs are an important consideration in setting price, cost-based pricing is often product-driven. Value-based pricing resolves this process. The company first assesses customer needs and the value perception. It then sets its target price based on the customer perception of value. The targeted value and price drive decision about what cost can be incurred and the resulting product design. As a result, pricing begins with analyzing customer needs and the value perception, and the price is set to match perceived value. We now explore two types of value-based pricing as good value pricing and value-added pricing. So good value pricing is offering just the right combination of quality and good service at a fair price. One great example of a business that used this pricing strategy is Budget Airlines. It offers low-cost airfares for those who want to travel but are willing to skip the premium services from most airlines, like in-flight meals or travel suite. Instead, for what they pay for the budget airlines, they offer comfortable seats and choice to skip the in-flight meal for a lower price. An important type of good value pricing at the retail level is called everyday low pricing. It involves judging a constant, everyday low price with few or no price discounts. In contrast, high-low pricing involves judging higher prices on an everyday basis but running frequent promotions to lower prices on selected items. Value-added pricing attaches value-added features and services to differentiate the company's offers and thus their higher prices. One more example from the airlines. While premium airlines cost a lot more compared to the low-cost airline, passengers who choose to pay for their airfares are willing to shoulder the additional cost because of their product's high value. Premium airlines add comfort, luxury, and premium service to the passenger. These value-added items now justify the higher price to the customer, without the airline having to lower their airfare prices to match their competitors.
Besides the value-based price, we got the cost-based price. So what does that mean? Cost-based pricing is a pricing method that based on the cost of productions, manufacturing, and distributions of the product. Essentially, the price of product is determined by adding the percentage of the manufacturing cost to selling price to make a profit. Next one, we got fixed cost and variable cost. So the fixed costs remain the same regardless of whether good or service produced or not. First, the company cannot avoid the fixed costs. The most common example of fixed costs include lease and rent payment, property tax, certain salary, insurance, depreciations, and interest payment. However, the variable costs or any costs that a company incur that are associated with the number of goods or service it produces. A company's variable costs increase and decrease its production volume, such as delivery, shipping charge, sell commissions, or advertising and publicity. Here we got the accumulate productions. Well, it's referred to the gain of the company experience in producing a product over a period of time. Workload will circuit, material flow more smoothly, and procurement cost fall. The result is that the average cost fall with the accumulations productions experience. Break-even pricing. Target return pricing is the practice of the setting price point at which the business will earn zero profit on a sale. If this equations equal to 1, it means that the total revenue equal to the total cost. It means that the company makes zero profit, as I said before. However, if this is less than 1, it means that the company experiences a loss in sale and vice versa. Cost plus pricing, what does that mean? So it means that the pricing method used by the company to determine the price of the product or service. It involves setting price by adding a fixed amount or percentage to the cost of a product or service. For example, you may decide you want to sell pies for a 10% more than ingredient cost, make them your price would be 110% of your cost.
The last major pricing strategy is the competition-based pricing. The competition-based pricing is setting prices based on the competitors' strategies, prices, costs, and market offering. The smartphone industry is significantly influenced by the competition-based pricing. There is a wide variety of products available. Most manufacturers like Apple, Samsung, or Google follow one another's lead regarding features and prices. The prices of today's newest smartphone are pretty comparable to one another. The price of a phone will fall over time for several reasons, including introducing new models and declining price promotion. This would be an example of company responding to the market's demand by reducing the price to make their product become more competitive.
Other internal and external considerations affecting the price decisions. So the company's pricing strategy must take into account internal factors such as marketing strategies and objectives, as well as external factors such as market demand and environmental factors, in addition to the customer value perceptions, costs, and competitor strategies. Overall marketing strategies, objectives, and mix. The company's pricing strategies is an important aspect of its broader marketing strategies and must be considered in conjunction with other elements of the marketing mix. The company must also take into account of internal and external factors that affect pricing, such as its overall marketing objectives, the nature of the market and demand, the target market, and positioning play a crucial role in determining the company's pricing strategy, which must be in line with its other marketing decisions such as product design, distribution, and promotion. Companies may position their products on price or emphasize other marketing mix tools to create a non-price positions. Ultimately, the customers seek products that provide the best value for the price, and the company's pricing strategy should reflect this. Organizational considerations. Who sets prices in a company depends on its size and type. In small companies, top management makes the decisions, while in large companies, it's done by divisional or product managers. Some industries have a pricing department to set its price and assist other, reporting to either marketing or top management. Other departments like sales, productions, finance, and accounting can also impact pricing. The final decision is made by top management based on pricing objectives and policies, the market and demand. Pricing strategy with understanding how customer value aspects prices they are willing to pay. So marketers need to understand the relationship between the price and the demand for the product before setting prices. This sections will discuss the price-demand relationships and the methods for analyzing it for different market types. Pricing in different types of market. The pricing freedom of a seller varies depending on the type of market that they operate in. There are four types of markets: pure competition, monopolistic competition, oligopolistic competition, and pure monopoly. In a pure competition market, there are many buyers and sellers, and no single buyer or seller has an effect on the market price. In a monopolistic competition market, there are many buyers and sellers trading over a range of prices, and sellers differentiate their offers through branding, advertising, and personal selling. In an oligopolistic competition market, there are a few large sellers, and price becomes major competitive tool. In a pure monopoly market, there's one dominant seller, and pricing and handled differently depending on whether the seller is a government monopoly, private regulated monopoly, or private unregulated monopoly. Price and demand relationship. So the demand curve shows the relationship between the price and demand for a product, with demand typically decreasing as price increases. Understanding this relationship is important for making good pricing decisions. Companies measure the demand curve by estimating the demand at different prices, which will depend on the type of market that they are in and whether the competitor prices are constant or change in response to their own prices. Price elasticity of demand. Marketers need to understand price elasticity, which is the responsiveness of demand to a change in the price. If demand is elastic, a lower price will increase the total revenue, but the extra cost of productions and sales should not exceed the extra revenue, of course. Firms should also avoid pricing that turns their product into commodities, as increasing consumer price sensitive has made many products commodities in some consumer eyes. The economy. The pricing strategy of a company is influenced by the economy conditions, such as recession, inflation, interest rates, which affect the company's spending, product perceptions, and company costs. In the aftermath of a great recession, consumers have become more value conscious, leading to a focus on value for money pricings. Some companies have responded by cutting prices, but this can have negative consequences. Others have held their prices, but redefine the value in their value propositions or added price tier with affordable and premium options. The key to successful pricing is to offer great value for the money, even in tough economic times. Consumer loyalty is based on the balance of price and value, as seen with Nike, which commands high loyalty despite high prices. Other external factors, so company must also consider various factors like setting prices, like the reaction of resellers and the impact of the government and the society should be taken into account to ensure a fair price and balance of the short-term goals with societal considerations.
price strategies of a product is modified through its life cycle, but at the beginning was especially challenging. The product is demonstrated for the first time and facing numerous problems, including setting the price, and there are two broad strategies to deploy: market skimming pricing and market penetration pricing. Market skimming pricing, this technique through setting high initial price for a new product to skim revenue layer by layer from the market, which is the example of Apple. Through using this strategy, it has took up to 92% profits of the smartphone market. This strategy can only apply under specific conditions, and most important is that competitors can easily enter the market and undercut the high price. Market penetration pricing contrasts to setting high initial price to skim off through small, profitable market. This strategy, in order to penetrate the market quickly, deeply, and have large market share, they set a low price to done that. It also just works under some circumstances. Otherwise, the price advantage is temporary. If a product is in a mix of products, its pricing setting strategy often changes through the different situations that the whole mix faces, and there are five widely used strategies for them. Product line pricing is done in a product line. The price step often set between various products through different in cost of each. Optional product pricing is a part of option come with the main product, and it must be decided which to come in the base price and which includes as option. Captive product pricing, there's product to use it properly, it requires additional product like Amazon with Kindle. Main profits is through selling online content, not tablet itself. Company must be careful with balance the main and captive product, because if they done it wrong, customer might avoid their product in the future. By product pricing, some products have low value. Buy product go with them, and by pricing them, company can gain profit and get rid of them. Also make the main product more competitive. Product bundle pricing. This method often combines a server product and offer bundle at a reduced price. Through this strategy, products that consumer might not buy can be promoted.
Let's come through the price adjustment strategies. There are 7 price adjustment strategies. First, discount and allowance pricing, segmented pricing, psychological pricing, promotional pricing, geographical pricing, dynamic pricing, and international pricing. Discount and allowance pricing. Most companies adjust their basic price to reward customers for certain responses, such as paying bills early, volunteer purchase, and off-season buying. These price adjustments, called discount and allowance, can take many forms. Segmented pricing. Companies will often adjust their basic price to allow for differences in customers, products, and locations. In segmented pricing, the company sells a product or service at 2 or more prices, even though the differences in prices is not based on the differences in cost. The psychological pricing. In using psychological pricing, sellers consider psychology of prices, not simply the economics. For example, many consumers use price to judge the quality. A $100 bottle of perfume may contain only $3 worth of scents, but some people are willing to pay the 100 because of this price indicates something special. Promotional pricing. Promotional pricing? With promotional pricing, companies will temporarily price their products below list price and sometimes even below the cost to create buying excitement and urgency. Geographical pricing. A company also must decide how to practice its products for customers located in different parts of the world based on 5 geographical pricing strategies, and those are FOB origin pricing, uniform delivery pricing, zone pricing, and basing point pricing, and also freight absorption pricing. Dynamic and online pricing. The process of adjusting price continually to meet the characteristics and the needs of individual customers and situations are dynamic pricing. And international pricing. Companies that market their products internationally internationally must decide what price to change in different countries. In some cases, a company can set a uniform worldwide price. The price that a company should charge in a specific country depends on many factors, including economic conditions, competitive situations, laws and regulations, the nature of the wholesaling and retailing system.
And now we will move on with the next topic of price changes. First off, we will move on to the price cut. So what are the scenarios in which leader initiate price cut? We will have the excess capacity, failing demand in the face of strong price competition, and weakened economy. In situations like this, firms may aggressively cut prices to boost sales and market share. But price cut could also be used as a tool to compete with competitors by either start with lower cost than its competitors or to cut prices in the hopes of gaining market share that will further cut costs through larger volume. We will also have price increase. The reason for price increase could be either cost inflation, which is the result of rising costs, squeezing the business's profit margin and leads companies to pass cost increase along to customer, and over demand, which is when a company cannot supply all that its customer needs, it may raise its price to ration product to customer. When raising prices, the company must avoid being perceived as a price gouger. A price gouger is the case in which customer accuse the company of enriching themselves from the expenses of the consumer, in which result in the customer turning away from the company. So, the company must maintain a sense of fairness surrounding any price increase. Price increases should be supported by company's communication, telling customer why prices are being raised. When possible, higher costs should not be solved with rising price, but rather lessen its market offering, such as features, packaging, or services. And now we'll move on to responding to price changes. Several issues are required to be answered when competitors changes price. The figures show a way a company might assess and respond to a competitor's price cut. When we, other businesses, must ask ourselves whether the competitor has cut the price of its product. If the answer is no, then we will continue to hold our current price and to monitor the competitor's price. If the answer for the question is yes, then we will ask ourselves whether when raising. And now we'll move on to responding to price changes. Several issues are required to be answered when competitors changes price. The figures show a way a company might assess and respond to a competitor's price cut. When we, other businesses, must ask ourselves whether the competitor has cut the price of its product. If the answer is no, then we will continue to hold our current price and to monitor the competitor's price. If the answer for the question is yes, then we will ask ourselves whether lowering the price will negatively affect our market share and profit. If the answer is no, then we will have to continue to hold our price and monitor the competitor's price. But if we decide that effective action must be taken, then we will have 4 different options. We will have the reducing price, which is to reduce the price to match the competitor's price since the market is sensitive. Some companies might reduce product quality, services, and marketing communication as opposed to price. We also have to raise the perceived value, which is to improve communication, stressing the relative value of its product over that of the lower price communication. We have improved quality and increased price, which is by moving its brand into a higher price value position. Higher quality have a connection with greater customer value, justifying high price. And finally, we have launch low price item brand, which is by adding a lower price item to the line of or creating a separate lower price brand.
In our free market economy, price competition is a core element, but companies cannot charge their product freely. There are many federal, state, even local laws govern the rule of fair play in pricing. Pricing with channel level, seller must set their price without talking to competitor because if it has been done, price collusion is suspected and can be heavily fined if committed. They also prohibited from using predatory pricing, with setting the price lower than normal to punish competitor, gain profit in the long run by shutting down competitor business. But it can be hard to accuse whether companies commit it or not. Pricing across channel level. Pricing discrimination is judged legal or not based on the situation it was used. Price maintenance also restricted. Deceptive pricing is when the price stated by a seller that is misleads are not actually available to customer, and it can be include scanner fraud and price confusion. To conclude, reputable seller must follow the laws and morality.